Oh. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's gonna be okay, bud. I am Ben Kissel at Ben Kissel1, joined by Jerii Aquino.
Hello.
At Miss_Jerii, that's Jerii, and Kyle Ploof.
Hello.
At Kyle Ploof. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/diebud. The studio is getting finished, slowly-ish, but surely-ish.
Yes.
Isn't that exciting? Also, shoot us an email, okbudpod@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts. We did have a person send us pictures of their children.
we didn't explicitly ask for them.
We did not know.
Yeah, they're like, I know you don't take pictures of kids, but here are my kids. And I said, don't incorporate me in a crime. All right.
But we are very proud of those kids.
Yeah.
We are proud of those kids, and they were beautiful children.
They seem like they're doing great.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, speaking of doing great, let's talk Karen Reed.
Whoa.
One more time.
Is this like the last Karen Reed Fridays?
I guess so.
It might be. So obviously, y'all know she was acquitted of murder. What is next? If I am Miss Reed, cha-ching, time to cash in.
Time to cash in and, I don't know, maybe give some of the money to John O'Keefe's kids.
She's been through enough. I think she needs to hold on to all the money. The kids, they can make their money through their own documentaries.
That's true. They can also have their own documentaries.
Also, John's brother, Paul O'Keefe, there was a GoFundMe for John so that they could take care of the kids. And his brother stole it. It was $1 million. He stole it.
Oh, my God.
He's a real fucking scumbag.
Jesus Christ. I thought you were going to talk about the brother that died. That left the kids.
No.
No one. You can't trust anyone
Jesus.
in the Commonwealth
Apparently.
of Massachusetts. So, PR executives, they're already circling the newly revived body of Karen Reed. They all want to be the first ones to get the deal done, where she will have either a book, a documentary, a movie made, all three.
Definitely all three. Who do you think is going to play Karen Reed in the movie?
Who do you think does? I mean, she's attractive, but now we have the model. I almost think.
Patricia Arquette.
Whoa, that's a good one. Patricia Arquette?
Yeah.
I was thinking Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
No,
Turtle Boy.
she's too likable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Turtle Boy last night was talking about, he couldn't say exactly what the names were that were getting thrown around because they already announced right after the verdict that they are making a movie out of this entire saga.
And when you say Turtle Boy, that's a cop?
That's Aidan Kearney. That is the journalist, the online blogger, podcaster that blew the lid off of this case and allowed everybody to hear about it because nobody knew about this before him.
Got you.
Yeah, and he said it's wild, the people that are scheduled to play him or getting talked about playing him and Karen Reed and the entire gang.
Well, who did he say?
He couldn't say because it's all speculative and it's all under contract.
Oh my
so
God.
he can't talk about specifics, but he can say that the movie is being made.
This is going to be interesting. What was the movie that was based on the Catholic Church?
Spotlight.
Spotlight. This is going to be Spotlight, but for cops who killed their friend.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't wait for the bad Boston accents to come through.
I know, right? That's definitely going to be a thing.
It's going to be terrible.
Yep. But they always have hot babes in Boston movies.
Yeah. And whoever plays John O'Keefe is going to be really hot.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. He's a handsome guy.
He has to be. He's the guy that gets killed. You got to
And
feel
he's also,
something.
Yeah, and he's also likable as hell.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? Yeah. Yeah. If he was uglier, maybe people wouldn't care as much. Unfortunate.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
Because he had the whole winning adopted father thing going for him too.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a good man.
Yeah, he just seemed like a real stand-up guy.
All right. Well, not towards the end there. So,
Oh, boy.
many high-profile defendants, they walk away with book deals, first-person accounts of what really happened behind the scenes. And because she was found not guilty of everything except for the DUI, she can profit from this situation.
Wow.
Apparently, she's been offered many, many different things, including a deal with Netflix and HBO.
That's crazy.
Netflix and HBO have already covered her trial, so I wonder if
They have?
I guess so. So I wonder if she's all mad at them.
I don't think so.
Yeah? Were they nice to her? Were they fair?
Nobody was particularly fair, and that was actually very interesting to see. Like NBC, all these outlets that crucified her for the last 3 years were actually like very much in support of her after they saw all the people that were out there. There was thousands of people out there screaming when she got the verdict in.
Okay,
Wow.
interesting.
So they did a quick little flip and hoped no one noticed.
Wow.
They always fucking do.
Yep.
They always do, these liars. So Reed and her legal team, now they are gearing up for a civil trial. But you know what's weird? They're only going for a $50,000 wrongful death. Oh, I'm sorry. There's also a $50,000 wrongful death lawsuit filed by the O'Keefe family against her and 2 local bars.
Against her?
Yes. Yeah, after everything, all they want is a measly 50 grand when they got $1 million through the GoFundMe and stole it for themselves.
That's insane.
Such trash.
They really are. I don't want to
O'Keefe-
say that to the victim's family, but what the fuck is
Fucking
wrong
A,
with
dude.
it?
John O'Keefe deserves better.
Yeah. 50. So she is now, her and her legal team, I guess now they're preparing for that. But after what she's been through, a civil trial, who cares?
Yeah.
I
Seriously.
think they lowballed it so hard on purpose to be like, it's just nothing. It's a couple shekels. Just give it to us, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Hoping that she doesn't want to go back to court all the time.
Well, who the fuck would?
And honestly, why aren't they going after, I don't know, the cops?
It's possible that they might.
Right?
Wrongful death lawsuit in whatever house he died in.
Yeah, the only reason that Karen Reason got off this time is because during this trial, the FBI and the DOJ gave the defense $3,000 pages worth of documents that exonerated her pretty much, and they didn't have that the first trial. So they weren't allowed to talk about the FBI, but they were allowed to talk about how another intelligence or law enforcement agency knew all of this information.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the FBI takes this police department to task and we see some heads roll because God knows what's happening in Boston. Also, you were saying, Kyle, that there was another case they're talking about?
Yes, this is still connected to the Sandra Birchmore trial, she was killed by Matthew Farwell, who was a police officer that was supposed to be her mentor in the junior police program. But him and his brother and a bunch of other cops were raping her while she was like 13, 14, 15 years old.
Oh, my God.
She got impregnated, and Matthew Farwell thought it was his baby, so he killed her. He's already been arrested for the murder. It was covered up for years by
What?
the same police officers in this case.
The same police officers
Yes.
are in this case?
Yes.
What?
Same ones, dude.
How many times do you go to jail or to court? How many times as a police officer do you go to court possibly being complicit in a murder?
They're doing it twice in 3 years.
That is insane. And did anyone bring this up at all? Not even during the court, because I can imagine they wouldn't allow that to be.
Yeah, they weren't
court.
allowed to.
But
Yeah.
do other people know about this?
Not enough people do know about it, and I think the FBI might sweep in during this next trial.
These cops better not be able to drink.
Those scumbags.
Yeah, they better not be able to drink peacefully at the local Irish tavern. That's all I know.
I know.
Yeah, they
I wonder
need-
if they have any like local like bars where like the cops are heroes.
You know
And
they
then
do.
they're
Oh, yeah.
right. And then they're like, fuck that Karen Reed bitch. We're all gonna drink.
Yeah, I was reading one article from one chick who looked at a juror's social media page and she was like, she should have been not on the jury at all because she liked Karen Reed or something. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, she was a lawyer from Brazil.
Oh, well, they know a lot.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. So that is the Karen Reed update. And hopefully for her sake, we don't talk about her for a while. She can go on with her life. Put this all behind her. As someone, all of us probably have dealt with PTSD. I am sure she's going to need to see, shrink, sit down, talk it out.
Yeah.
And get on with her life because it's been 3 years of fucking hell.
No. I would move if I were her.
Oh, yeah, I would not stay.
I would not stay there.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe sunny Florida. She looks like she could be a Florida gal.
Yeah.
Find yourself a nice rich dude, makes his money in the market. You don't really know if it's illegal, if it's not, well, whatever.
Right. Doesn't matter.
He's got a mustache. He's got a really nice peppered hair on his chest. He's got a boat. Karen, don't ask too many questions. You just live the life.
Exactly.
Perfect. Get some fake tits if you want. Just live the perfect Boston, Florida life.
Boston, Florida.
Which is, if there was a Boston, Florida, can you imagine
Yeah.
the news that would come out of there?
Yeah.
She probably would become the #1 OnlyFans if she went that route.
Oh,
the OnlyFans route.
Yeah.
yeah.
What would she be doing?
Reading-
Drunk driving?
Leaking poo.
Would she just, or she would be like yelling like she did in like those voicemails,
Oh, yeah.
that
she
would be good.
Do Cameo and
calling everyone a pervert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could leave angry voicemails for your friends on Cameo.
Well, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who watch that kind of pornography where they're like, "You little bitch, your mom never loved you," and then they're just like jerking off and coming to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Ink Master because I'm really on the most modern of tips when it comes to reality TV.
Ooh.
And there was this gal, Lucy, who was this really sweet Asian gal who came from China, and she was amazing, and she cried a lot because she was emotional, but she was awesome. And she was given a
Relatable.
Yeah, she was given a tattoo of a dragon to a guy on his rib cage, and he kept on saying, "I deserve this."
Oh, my.
He said that? Oh my
And
god.
she afterwards, they were like, "How was it?" She was like, "He was weird. He kept on saying, 'I deserve this,' and crying."
Well, it is particularly painful to get your ribs done. I've gotten it done, but
I mean,
Also, yeah, and also I understand that it's therapeutic to get a tattoo,
Yeah.
but to just sit there and be like, "Yes, keep going, do it
Yeah.
harder," like just making the tattoo artist really uncomfortable.
yes, sir, may I have another?
it's
Right.
also like, why? No, what? Why do you deserve this?
Yeah.
What has happened to
That is
you?
not the question I want to ask
No.
at all.
But anyway, there are plenty of people who would pay money to have Karen Reed yell at them, or she could do something called Karen Read My Lips and show her vagina.
Whoa. I'm in.
Who knows? All right. Speaking of what? Wait, don't.
Karen, read my lips.
I'm just the businessman behind
Pretty good.
I'm just the business mind.
I'm the
Yeah.
idea guy.
Yeah. I don't pull the trigger, but I do think of it.
Yep. All right. Well, speaking of turtles, this story is so bizarre. I believe we talked about this deadly plane crash that happened in rural North Carolina. A pilot was trying to get on the runway, and that's when the plane crashed. It turned out there was a turtle on the runway,
Oh, no.
and that's why the pilot maneuvered to avoid it.
Oh my god.
Because of a cute turtle, which the guy didn't. Anyway, so the pilot was a good man.
It seems like it'd be fairly easy to avoid a turtle.
Well, he and his friend are dead because
Holy shit.
way avoided it.
Why?
Sadly enough, this took place in Mocksville, North Carolina. And I believe the turtle was probably mocking the plane as it crashed in front of them like it was some bizarre insurance commercial.
Yeah. He probably didn't even notice. He just kind of looked around and was like, what?
Huh?
Anyway. Yeah.
Did I
it's
kill
like-
two people as a turtle?
Huh?
What the fuck? Also, can't you run over a turtle and it'll be fine? Turtles are strong.
Maybe not with an airplane.
It's
Yeah.
a little airplane. Here's a tiny plane.
Are you? No. Okay.
But then there's
knows?
two 200-pound guys in there. That probably would be enough on its own.
All right, all right.
You guys are really discounting the plane crushing the turtle?
Oh, I'm saying
I don't know.
the
Can
people in it alone would probably kill him.
Search how much weight can a turtle have on
I
its.
can't believe you think an airplane could,
Well,
possibly
we're gonna
survive
a-
an airplane running over it.
You wait until I'm proven correct. So this was at Sugar Valley Airport in Mocksville, North Carolina. An investigation by the National Transportation Safety Board concluded that the pilot lifted the plane's right main wheel to avoid striking the turtle. And because of that, the plane went all crazy and it touched down and then it exploded. It didn't really explode, but it crashed and then they died.
Christ.
Yeah, a communications operator had advised the pilot of the turtle before the aircraft touched down. So it's kind of on the communications operator. I mean, do you tell him there's a turtle down there?
Yeah, I would not tell him there's a turtle down there.
Right?
I would just, I would be watching slowly, like, oh, dude, there's a turtle. Like with my coworker, just be like, dude, what are the chances that it's gonna hit the turtle? Should I tell him about the turtle? Nah, that's probably gonna end up really bad. You gonna hit the turtle? It's gonna hit the turtle? He definitely hit the turtle.
He hit the turtle.
He hit the turtle.
This is where everyone starts throwing money in
Pay
a
up.
pot.
Yeah.
Pay up.
It's
Let's
like,
go.
come on, let's go.
It says a turtle shell can withstand a surprising amount of weight.
Okay, surprising. Good.
He's waiting.
Good.
He's waiting.
Time to have an allergic reaction here.
Oh God.
It can hold about 1,000 pounds of pressure.
And how much does a little plane weigh?
How much does
More
a
than
single
that.
engine plane weigh?
That's going to be more than that.
Is it going to be more than that?
It's gonna be more than that. It is.
Well, the operator told the pilot, "Hey, watch out! There's a turtle on the tracks.
Why
You
would
want
he
to
do
avoid it."
that?
The airplane then left the operator's view, and when a man cutting grass reported seeing its wings rock back and forth. So there was a lot going on.
There was like a lot of goings on in
Yeah.
the bottom part of this plane land.
We got a dude mowing, we got a turtle, we got a plane trying to land. It's a fairy tale gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, a single engine plane, it is usually between 1,800 pounds to 16,000 pounds. So that turtle was destroyed if it was getting touched by that plane.
Well, that turtle needs to be arrested for murder.
Not to mention the 200-pound men on top of that.
I don't think they were that beefy if they're pilots. Pilots are small. They're like jockeys.
Are they?
Yeah, I always call I call pilots air jockeys, and they get really offended.
That's kind of funny.
It sounds slightly racist.
It really
Yeah.
does. So the plane then took off again, and that's when it disappeared over the trees. And then a witness, who wasn't the person mowing the lawn, said they heard a loud crash and saw a bunch of smoke. The plane was wedged between two trees in a heavily forested area around 255 feet away from the runway.
That airplane operator must feel like fucking garbage.
I mean, lucky day to be that turtle, I guess.
So the turtle survived.
Just going.
Pretty funny. But what if like she didn't even need to say anything?
No, she didn't.
Or he, I don't know who it was, but it was. But like, what are the chances that he was
Right.
gonna hit the turtle?
And then sometimes
What
life.
if it just like totally missed it like by like a little bit and it just like phew, went over
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it does make you wonder, like, the grand design of life. Is that turtle super important? Like, is that turtle going to accidentally solve, like, a nuclear war? Is that turtle going to strangely stop it somehow?
Maybe this is the way that he stopped it.
Maybe.
Maybe the people on the plane were spies.
Oh,
Maybe they were.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre if you want to think about that from that perspective, God's plans. And God said, 2 people, sorry, you got to go. I got to protect that turtle.
Maybe, but
Maybe.
also sometimes you just can't avoid these things. Look, I was driving and I accidentally killed a possum once, and
sad.
I hated it so much. It was a terrible night for me.
sad.
I was very, very sad because I was driving and I saw it running out into the road, and I was trying to like adjust and like move out of the way to the possum.
Of course.
but then it kept on getting in front of the wheel, and then I would turn, and then it would go that way, and then I would
Suicidal.
turn again, and it was just like and it was like a 4-lane road, and it was late at night, so it was like just me and this fucking possum, and I was like, come on, don't fucking, and the closer I got, the guy was like, no, and then I hear boom, boom, and I'm like,
It's on.
you gotta be shitting me.
That's on the possum.
I went full diagonal trying to avoid this guy, and he was
Fishtailing.
he was doing everything that he could do to get in front. So I was like, I would have been better off just like not just trusting the possum that he was going to have a good depth perception on the
Right.
car and make it across the street. Like if I didn't turn, he would have made it.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was its time.
Same
That's what I
thing
say.
with the pilots, I guess.
Yes. Apparently, plane crashes involving animals, they're rare, but there has been 46 recorded incidents from 2012 to 2021.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. In April of this fine year, a small aircraft carrying 3 people crashed on a beach in Alaska after the pilot apparently attempted to swerve the plane when a dog ran on the runway.
Oh my God.
So that makes a little bit more sense. You see a dog and you're like, whoa. But the pilot named Daniel Bunker and another passenger, Jenny Miller, they were killed.
oh,
Wow.
So this is really, if you're an animal and you want to get revenge on people, go on the tarmac and just fuck with these dang planes.
Literally, just hop on. It's really nice. I understand. Imagine you're driving and then you see an animal, you're like, whoa! Mm-hmm. Whoa!
Whoa! Yeah, they say in Wisconsin, if you see a deer and it's real snowy, you gotta hit it.
Really?
Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna crash. There'll be more damage.
Oh my God.
You got to go right through that damn thing.
That's crazy.
This was another example of an air traffic controller saying, "Hey, there's a dog there," and then somebody said, "Go around," but you can't just. It's a
How
plane.
do you go around? Also, but do they have the option to like, I don't know, just like pull the controls and like lift it back up and just be like, yeah, let's just like go around the block again. By the time
Right.
we come back, maybe it'll be gone.
Maybe the dog would be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You just imagine this dog was super happy to see its owner, and then it was like, oh my God, that owner's plane, it landed. And then all of a sudden, the dog is the reason 2 people are dead, but the dog's fine. And life is funny.
It is weird like that.
It
I wonder
really
if
is.
birds have ever caused any problems with planes.
Yes, they did. As a matter of fact, Sully Sullenberger's plane. They say it was hit with Canadian geese.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're saying that's a possible thing for the Indian airline crash too.
Canadian geese?
Not Canadian geese, but some sort of bird.
Well, I was real mad at Canada for that. And then everyone was upset because then New York was real pissed. So they went to gas all the geese.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because they hang out by JFK because JFK is just surrounded by a big old pond.
Yeah.
And so they gassed all the geese, and then all these animal rights groups were like, leave the geese alone. But then everyone was like, no, I hate the geese. They take down planes.
Oh my God.
It was
One time.
It was tumultuous.
People are stupid.
Well, it's just kind of scary to know that a goose can take down a fucking plane.
Yeah, it could totally derail your entire airplane.
Right. I don't like that. And the more I hear about planes,
The more you want to gas geese.
a little bit. I think if you're gonna geese, the thing about geese is they're fucking mean.
Well,
They are.
just
And they
geese.
hiss.
They hiss. They're mean.
They
As
do.
we talked about, their
Yeah.
dicks are, first of all, they use it for bad stuff.
Dipping in ketchup because they're curly.
Yes, they're curly fries.
Yeah.
They got the curly fry, which I thought was overrated. Not the duck dick or the goose dick, but the curly fry.
I just keep thinking that the female duck's vagina is like it's you know it,
Cavernous.
yeah
Like
it twists inward.
Like the end of The Shining. It has
Exactly.
Jack Nicholson's frozen corpse is inside of every vagina.
Wow, that is not where I was going. With
Oh no.
no, it was like like a corkscrew thing, but
Yeah. I was thinking like a maze.
They're even better than that. They're called cloacas.
Oh my God. Don't
What?
get me going.
It's a vagina anus hybrid.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
They're all intersex.
Yeah.
I don't know why that amounted to intersex for me, but
And this is the month where we celebrate them. Isn't that fantastic?
no.
Is it not? It's not Intersex Awareness Month?
Oh, it might be.
Okay.
Is it?
Well, New York City. Let's see. When is Intersex Awareness Month?
okay.
Or day?
It's days. That's Sunday, October 26th, 2025.
Oh, wow.
We're a little bit
ahead.
away.
You're a little early, but I like where your head's
But
at.
we're bringing awareness
yeah, we're
you.
to the day of awareness.
Well, unfortunately, we don't record on Sundays, but October 26th, let's celebrate the intersex amongst us.
Yes, if your vagina is molded to your anus, we respect you.
Oh, that's got to be kind of fun, actually. Don't worry, I'm shitting for 2.
Yep.
The New York City death.
Okay.
What is the quintessential worst way to die? Or what's the quintessential way your corpse dissolves in New York City?
I'm gonna say in a puddle right at the end of a sidewalk
was
that
close.
everyone is walking over, and they're like, "Come on, are you fucking kidding me?"
Get it together.
And they're fuck yeah.
That's very, very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking more of an apartment unit.
Oh.
So there's a lot
At
of
least you're home.
Yeah,
Yes.
no. Technically, the worst place to die in New York City is like anywhere else but your house.
True. But if you're in your apartment, nobody comes to check on you. And you rot and you rot and you rot until
God,
finally
so true.
the stench is so bad somebody calls 311 or 911, not because they care about you, but because you're
'Cause of the
really
smell.
because of the smell, and you're ruining spaghetti Wednesdays.
Spaghetti.
I can't eat with the smell of corpses all around me.
Yeah.
A 58-year-old person was apparently stabbed. They were found dead and decomposing in their Bronx apartment this past week. Officers were dispatched to the apartment, and then they found a very smelly body around 10:30 in the morning. The dead man was discovered face down on his bed, covered in blankets, and had what appeared to be a stab wound on the left side of his back, according
Whoa.
to sources.
He was murdered.
He was murdered. Now,
Face down, ass up. That's the way I would prepare to die.
Get murdered.
yeah, be stabbed to death.
Yeah.
The reason that I really bring this article to the forefront so everyone can consume and listen to how serious and fun it is,
Yes.
it's because of this quote right here.
Okay.
An NYPD officer, he was wearing a mask and he was standing guard at the building. He said the scene, quote, smells like blood and poop.
Ew.
Yep, that's what he said. He said
Is
it's
that what dead bodies smell like?
blood and poop.
I've never smelled that.
I have smelled a dead body. I'm 95% sure. I got on the L train going back to Brooklyn from the east side, and no one was in the first train. And I was like, my lucky day. All the other trains were packed.
Oh, it's always a fucking trap.
Someone was there, and they weren't moving, and the smell really stuck with me, and I couldn't do anything because we had already gone underground. And
You never just walk through the train cars?
no, I'm too big, and I figure I'm gonna end. You did that?
Yeah, I do it all the
I
time.
constantly did that.
Yeah, I can see. Well, you guys are agile. I thought I was going to fall over. Sometimes people would take pisses or shits off of those.
Yeah, people do that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I was just opening the door to get over to the other side. If someone was
Right.
if someone was looking at me weird or if it was smelling funny,
Sure.
I spent no time uncomfortable.
See ya.
I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and see what's going on in that car.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, look, it's weird here too. Moving on to the next car.
Moving on down.
Yeah.
So the officer, very, very articulate. He says, it smells like blood and poop. Resident Cheyenne Murphy, who lives across the hall, she said she woke up Monday morning to an overpowering smell that she thought was garbage.
It's crazy
I
because
thought the garbage was on Tuesdays.
dead body smell is like ingrained in your brain. It's if you go your entire life without smelling it, as soon as you smell it, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like survival mechanism in,
Yeah.
in our brains. It's like, oh shit, there's dead bodies around. I get the fuck out of here. But when you live in New York City, it's a little bit more because there are a vast amount of smells in that city.
So many smells.
Yeah.
So anywhere else, people would be like, oh my God, dead body, gotta go.
Yeah, and in New York, you just get pissed off.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
As soon as your sense of smell is fucking inconvenience, you're like, oh come on,
Quit making your prosciutto in there.
what the fuck?
I know. It's an interesting dynamic between the people who are borderline death and the people trying to get to work.
Yep,
Or
yep.
even more important, they're open mic.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to be a star, dying corpse.
I gotta do 90 seconds of the laughing devil.
What if you walked into an open mic on the train station?
That did happen. There was people.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, people did stand-up shows on trains, and what a nightmare. And I don't know if it makes you a better comedian. I know that you got to cut your teeth, as they say. You know, so what is it?
You have to cut your teeth.
Cut your teeth.
Ow!
Yeah, that's what they say. Cut your teeth.
Ow!
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's cutting what?
Yeah, that's what they say. In order to get to Carnegie Hall.
You gotta cut your teeth?
Cut your teeth. You never heard that
I
before?
have never heard that before.
Wow, we're all learning.
Yeah, we're all learning today. So, in a very, very New York exchange, Cheyenne Murphy, she wakes up. She's like, holy shit, it smells like garbage. Then she says, I started cleaning and my boyfriend walked outside and said, yo, come on out here, come outside.
Hey yo!
And then she says, I put my nose to the door across the hall and then I almost threw up.
Wow.
She says, I called 911 and 5 hours later,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're already dead. We'll be there in a while.
Technically, it does not make it a priority case if they're already dead.
I guess not. But what if they weren't?
Not an active crime scene.
So they say, I called 911 and 5 hours later, we just called again and they came like 5 minutes after that.
Wow.
Whatever killed him, he's been in there for a good few days.
Oh, boy.
A knife.
Neighbors said they saw the victim. They said that he was known to fight with his girlfriend. And there was a situation like this in my apartment complex in Brooklyn. And it is so fucking uncomfortable. Because then it's like, you do have to call the police. And they would always just be arguing and yelling. And there was a baby. And I was just like, can you please not make... Because the whole building is now involved.
Yeah, and also the walls are not super thick.
No, the
so-
walls are not thick, and then we're all in it now. And it's like, Jesus, I think they ended up getting a divorce and somebody moved out because at some point it stopped. Unless they murdered each other and the child. I
Could've.
don't know.
They very well could have.
You also put your earmuffs on when you live in New York.
Yeah. Mind your business.
According to Mariella Rodriguez, she says She was out here the other day and she wanted to come in. She was like, please, please, please. And he was like, no, no, no. And then he must have changed his mind or something because he let her in.
Oh.
Right?
Classic mistake.
Classic mistake. And then she says they were always fighting. So that was nothing new. This morning she bought a candle and was out here lighting a candle right here in the lobby.
What?
Yeah, so they were in the middle of something, and she's like, I'm not leaving. I got a fucking candle, and I will stay in the lobby with this candle.
She already killed him. She was lighting a vigil for him.
Yes, or maybe to scent.
Yeah,
to,
cover up the trail.
perhaps. So far, the NYPD says that they are investigating. No arrests have been made, but I do love just the quotes from the neighbors. Makes you miss New York, doesn't it?
It really does, actually.
I love that because Mariella, that's just the person. Hey, how are you? You good? You need help?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I remember there was a woman that anytime you saw her with the groceries coming up, no matter how late you were, you're like, we carry the groceries up.
You carry the groceries up.
5 fucking story walk up.
Yep,
I was in
yep.
shape then, and I could do it.
Yeah, I could do it too.
That's when we were. But that's the thing. New York, there's different kinds of kindness.
Right.
Yeah, no, there is.
Right?
You just gotta huff and gruff and be like, all right, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. I'm picking it up for you.
Let's go. Thank you so much. You remind me of my nephew.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really nice.
It is really nice.
All right. We have had a lot of jail escapes lately.
Yeah.
Yes, there's been a series of prison escapes, and this one is an unsuccessful prison escape, and I think it's kind of funny.
Well,
This takes place.
go.
Yeah, this takes place in Brazil, where a guy spent a good day trying to take a sharp object and go to the concrete and wiggle his way out of there.
Yeah, Shawshank.
Yeah, he was trying to Shawshank.
Oh, wow.
But he may have been a little too chunky because, like Winnie the Pooh, he got stuck in the wall.
No.
He's not chunky, but the hole's a little tiny.
He just didn't gauge that properly, did he?
Yep. They say, believing that the hole he had carved was wide enough, De Silva apparently said, all right, let me go. I'm going to slip through. But then he found himself lodged in the concrete and he had to cry for help. And then the guards had to come in and get him out.
That's why it's no good for escaping.
No, it's
Oh
not.
my God.
It's
pretty funny.
You got to butter him up.
Yeah, yeah.
Honey him up.
Yep. So there's a lot of footage. They show his upper body was starting to strain from dangling from the floor, being drilled out of the wall from behind by rescuers. He's got a bunch of tattoos. He was 32 years old. He
Was 32?
He still is. Okay. Maybe it was his birthday. He can be seen leaning on a blue chair with concrete gripped around his torso. Officers said, the officer said they were careful not to injure him as he was shirtless. So
Right.
if he was wearing a shirt, they would have beat the living shit out of him.
Right, right.
These tattoos are awful. They look like someone was drawing dicks on him while he was stuck in the wall.
Basically.
Yeah, they really are. I thought prison tattoos were supposed to be good, but I guess they're not good.
No, they're not supposed to be good. They're supposed to be like brutal.
Yeah.
You know, they're supposed to say like kill and hate or
Yeah, they really do look like someone just drew a dick on him.
Yeah, it's markers, it looks like.
Huh. Well, maybe that's why he wanted to get out of there. He couldn't find a good tattoo artist. That guy ain't going to be on the next season of Ink Masters,
I'm dead.
which I did also. I was speaking with Jerii, Human Jerii, and it is funny to see just how nerdy tattoo people are when you watch them straight for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
They really get into it.
They get so into it. They're all about like the specifics, and they're like, well, there's a saying about line work, and the bolds will hold. And they're super into it.
They're super into it.
Yeah.
And the babes are hot.
Oh, the babes are hot.
Yup.
The dudes are not.
So local reports say De Silva was quizzed by officers who are investigating the escape. They say one of his cellmates may have helped him. Well, didn't do a very good fucking job, did ya?
How come I don't understand why they just decided to go through when it was like, oh, that looks good enough for me. Like, why not just be like, why don't we just like give it a little wiggle room just to be safe?
Right.
Sorry.
Nah.
Yeah, because now he's all embarrassed and he's going to get more charges.
Yeah, and also he's never gonna live this down.
No.
In the cell block.
No, someone.
Or with the security guards.
Yeah. Yeah. Just someone is just going to look at the any hole and just be like, you want to sneak through there? Hey, De Silva, found you another escape
Hey, buddy,
hole.
you drill anything today?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, speaking of death, you're more likely to die on your birthday than any other day.
Happy birthday.
Because I'm gonna off myself.
No.
When I turn a certain age.
No, because that would be cheating and you're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
You've got to die when a turtle crosses the plane that is supposed to land and you're on it, but your pilot says, no, Jerii, fuck you. I'm going to save that turtle and you're going to die.
And it's on my birthday.
And it happens to be on your birthday. So this is according to a new study, and it comes out from the Swiss.
Oh.
Yes. And apparently the study's kind of old. But it identified that there is a 13.8% rise in the number of people age 60 and older who die on their actual birthdays compared to any other days.
That's so weird. What is that about?
I don't fucking know. So in 2015 in the US, they found that the risk of dying on your birthday is 6.7% higher than
Wow.
any other day.
Well, it's probably because you're drinking and like maybe you go skydiving or do some activities
Oh, that's so
that put you
true.
at risk.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, there are a couple of explanations for the theory. They say birthdays often lead to over-the-top celebrations.
Woo!
And excessive consumption of alcohol.
Ah, yes. And
This
then
can-
maybe some fireworks
Yes.
blowing up your head.
That's for the next week's Death and Entertainment episode. Y'all are going to love hearing about people dying in front of others.
Yes.
So, this can increase risky behavior and poor decision making. And oftentimes it leads to drunk driving. I think most of it's just drunk driving.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Well, this is if you're a rookie and you don't drink every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to spread it out.
You have to be. Yeah. You gotta. Practice makes perfect, guys.
Yeah.
Drunk driving doesn't happen overnight.
No. I remember when they changed it from .10 in Wisconsin to .08 or to .8 or whatever. All my friends' dads were getting DUIs. Yeah, and they were like, "What the fuck?" I had 5 beers after work.
Yeah. Seriously. Like,
Come on, Carl.
What's the crime here, buddy?
I mean, they were getting home just fine to their children.
Yeah.
For some individuals during their birthday, this is interesting. Some people, they say, who are grappling with terminal illness, they try to make it to a milestone, and oftentimes that's a birthday. So they make it right to their birthday, and they're like, I did it. And then they die.
And then they just croak.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. And then also, they say birthdays can trigger introspection, and then they call this, what Jerii is talking about, the birthday blues.
Yes, exactly. We're just like, you know what? I can't another year? No, absolutely not. You know what? No.
And you're living it now.
Yeah.
You're living the year you celebrate now.
You're living the year that
So I'm 40. I'm in my 40. We've already talked about this. I'm in my 44th year, but I'm celebrating. My next birthday will be 44, but I'm currently living my 44th year.
No,
Yes.
your 44th year, doesn't it start after you turn 44?
No, your 0 to 1 is your first year.
Yeah.
Got
That's
it,
why when
got
you're
it.
born, you should be 1.
Right. No.
Yeah.
No,
Because
no,
you're
no.
1.
No, you're not. You're 9 months.
40 weeks.
Dang near
You're
1.
You're 0.9.
I think you should start at 1.
That's
I
a
don't think
DUI.
so.
0 is just a placeholder.
No, I mean that's kind of like with apartment buildings, how like they have the lobby, or sometimes it's just the first floor, but it shouldn't be. It's the fucking lobby.
My biggest pet peeve of like all the elevators when they like don't have the 13th floor, and you're like,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
really, you're gonna take it that seriously?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
scared.
They
Yeah, you're
all do
scared.
it, just in case.
Mandalay Bay no longer has the 15th. No, it no longer has the 30th through 33rd floor. That's because of Stephen Paddock. So they changed that into the like 50 to 53. But
That's
it's
hilarious.
the same. It's the same floor.
Yeah, it's
And they still rent out that room.
Wow.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you can get the Stephen Paddock room. I think I had it one time.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to listen for the ghost of Stephen Paddock, but he didn't come and rub me down at all.
Aw.
So yeah,
Yeah, that.
evidently there are feelings of the birthday blues, and then loneliness and stress and aging, and then people decide that they will commit suicide. In 2016, a Japanese study showed the likelihood of people committing suicide on their birthday was 50% higher
Yeah.
than any other day.
Than any other day. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's very Japanese.
It is very Japanese. Is Japan where that forest is?
Yeah,
Got it.
it's interesting. I want to go.
The kill yourself forest.
Yeah.
You
And I
want to
guess
go to
I don't want to go participate in
maybe
it.
like on your birthday?
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
Just to see if I get out alive.
Just to see.
Just to see.
I would like to go and just feel what it's like to be in a forest that has literally confirmed thousands and thousands and thousands of deaths.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the forest that kills you.
No, you hang yourself
Yeah,
or
you
something, but it's got to feel heavy there, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to smell like blood and poop.
It does, yeah. So this is called the birthday effect. And they say it's very, very complex. So if you're celebrating a birthday soon, don't kill yourself. Don't drink and drive. Have fun. Make it to the next one. Make a little game out of it.
You know, be like, hey, I'm in my 44th year, but I'm not 44 yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
Oh.
I guess that makes. But then when I'm closer to my next year I'm 34, and then that. But right now I am more 34 than I am 33. Because of time.
Because of time, the thing that we discussed, Mariah Carey does not believe in.
And does not acknowledge.
And does not acknowledge.
I'm kind of with her there. The passing of time seems a little overrated. And now, if you make a big thing about your birthday, apparently you want to kill yourself a little bit more.
Yep. Well,
Maybe she's on the right track.
Well, that brings us to BUD of the week.
Oh boy.
Sweet, sweet death?
No.
Time? Disrespectful time?
Nope, time was already last week.
Yeah.
This week is people who participate on the Food Network. Because I love the Food Network, and I also loved a woman named Anne Burrell.
Yes.
And she died.
Oh.
Yes, and she was found next to a bunch of pills. And I want to say to all my Food Network stars out there, I've seen a couple of them walking in New York. Those are my celebrities. If I saw Guy Fieri, I'd shit. Okay,
so that you can clear your stomach for whatever he wants to make.
For whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
The only food celebrity I don't like is Adam Richman because he's a liar and a piece of trash.
Oh.
Because he did a Superku Wing Challenge at Buffalo Cantina or Brooklyn Cantina, one of those things. In New York, I did 12 suicide wings. He came to do the challenge. He changed it to 6 suicide wings. And I did seppuku. I did seppuku wings.
Wow.
So he's a liar and a scumbag. So the only Food Network star or food star I don't like is Adam Richman. But other than that, butt of the week is my food celebrities. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for eating all fun.
Thank you for eating all fun. And
Yep.
showing me that I can also eat all fun.
I can eat all fun. And this goes to my YouTubers as well, because I love to watch them eat mass consumption. I love them consume.
I don't need to watch people eat.
I love it.
Mukbanger?
Oh, I love watching. Not so much mukbang because I think that implies erections and ejaculate. I watch more because it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what people seem really addicted to it.
Yeah, it's just
I can watch it for like 4 seconds and be like, all right, I'm hungry. Who wants spaghetti? Like it puts me in the mood to eat.
yeah, it does. It does.
I don't want to watch them eat. I want to eat it.
Well, anyway. So Anne Burrell, she was discovered in the shower, unconscious and unresponsive. And apparently there was 100 assorted pills around her.
Wow.
And that's sad. So I hope it wasn't suicide, but she died like Marilyn.
Oh.
Who knows what she knew about John F. Kennedy.
Jeez.
But anyway, so
Or Anthony Bourdain.
Or Anthony Bourdain. Oh my God, that's a whole fucking conspiracy. Have we covered him on Death and Entertainment yet?
We did a couple of years ago, yeah.
All right, we might have to do a rehashing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about that chick he was dating at the end.
Oh, she's the worst.
But also, you can't commit suicide because a man or a woman doesn't fucking love you. Who cares?
I know.
Love yourself.
Yep.
All right, any comments before we get into the weekend?
Yes, people weren't satisfied with the name cloaca, so Hysternica came up with vaginus.
Vaginus. I love that.
Yeah, good job.
Beth said she has the same reaction to the word cloaca that most people have to the word moist.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah.
Pano's saying
Oaxaca sounds like a place in Mexico.
Oh, it does.
Oaxaca.
Yeah.
that's some cloaca cheese.
Oh my. Sure. I think I've had that before.
So Brandon also said Merle Haggard, Ingrid Bergman, Machine Gun Kelly, the gangster, not the rapper, they all died on their birthdays.
No shit. Merle Haggard did?
Yeah, I guess so.
No kidding.
Chris and Beth, they both say, well, Chris says he worked in an ER and you don't forget the smell of dead bodies.
Yes.
And Beth was she had She's saying dead bodies have a weird, sweetly rotten smell.
Ugh.
You don't forget it after you smell it, which I do know. Yeah, it is like very sweet.
So, what?
I don't know.
my
I wouldn't
God.
say sweet.
It is. It's oddly. Yeah.
I don't
the
know.
sweet, sweet smell of death.
That's literally what it's from.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Can you tell some friends about the shows?
Please.
Death and Entertainment, Ben Kissel Politics. Okay, bud. We are 3 shows. We are combined. We are a little family. So let people know about the shows. We're going to continue to grow. We got some exciting advertising news that we're going to share with y'all soon. And let's see. Yeah, again, Patreon, and shoot us an email, and just word of mouth. That's what we're relying on. Thank you all
Let's do
so
it.
much for listening. Have a wonderful weekend. Hail yourself. Bye.
Bye.